I think those of you that have known us through past downturns in the North American heavy and medium duty truck market would acknowledge that we did our best to just about break even in those years. And last year, after incurring about a 25% decline year over year in revenue dollars, we reported very respectable earnings as a corporation. It's due to the hard work of a bunch of people over about 15 years where we restructured our business in a broad number of ways. We diversified on product, we diversified geographically, we restructured the heavy-duty business in its entirety, and as I say, we were able to return 7.5% in a down year last year, which in my view is not the best numerical performance we've had in the last decade, but clearly the best performance that we've had. So I'm very bullish about our prospects and very proud of many of the people that Carol introduced and many others in this room that were major contributors to this. At the risk of just passing over 2009 real quickly, let me just comment on 2010. A couple of folks in the cocktail hour asked me how business was. Well, it's not an easy question to answer because it depends at the Cummins Inc. level and at the engine business level what market you're talking about and what geographies we're talking about. I'll come to North American last because that's why we're here, but I can tell you that our business in China, India, and Brazil is absolutely exceeding pre-recessionary levels. And in fact, in both India and China, what we think of as the recession was a minor pause. And we will post record revenues and probably record earnings in both India and China this year, and perhaps in Brazil as well. The other end of the continuum would be Europe, which is probably the weakest fundamental market that we have. It's not a huge play for us, particularly in on-highway, but those of you that follow the industry, you watch Volvo, you know what is happening to Volvo Inc. And obviously the American company arm of that is in the same boat. So we're going to be a little bit stronger from a revenue standpoint in 2010 than we were in 2009. As or more importantly, we will more than replicate the very respectable earnings performance that we were able to contribute last year.
Coming off the last two jobs, when I went into distribution, tons of change as we were acquiring distributors, reducing distributors, components. We had lots of financial issues and lots of change. Quite frankly, as I move in the engine business, the task is continue doing what we're doing, is the general message. It's all about kind of execution. So I got thinking, what's the same and what's different? I think, it's all about, in our business, the technology and the products and getting them right, okay? And so, fuel economy, performance, reliability, and durability, that just doesn't change. And so, it may not be real sexy, but whoever does that best wins. I think the other thing people talk, what's the same? I view vertical integration the same. People ask what's going on with Navistar or with this. If you look back, Ed showed some numbers the other day, kind of what the business looked like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. We sell to people to make their own engines, and if we come to and we partner with them to figure out where we can supply them either engines or components, and that's not going to change. And we know how to play in that world, and we'll continue to play in that world. And lastly, Jim talked about we're going to continue to do things right. Okay, right in the communities, right with our people, right with suppliers, right with customers, right with the press. Okay, but we're going to be dependable. We're going to be honorable. We're going to do things the right way. That won't change. The last decade, especially on-highway truck, has been who can meet emissions best. Okay, and that's going to be the winner. I think you look to the next decade, it's all about fuel economy. Who can deliver the best fuel economy? Who wins that battle? So I think it's a new battleground as we think to the next decade. And so you're going to be hearing about things. You're going to hear hybrid and waste heat recovery and high efficiency after treatment, high efficiency turbocharging, and on and on. We're in a race, okay? And so to the standpoint that we're coming out with new products to meet emissions, you're going to see us coming aggressively on increasing and improving fuel economy. We believe